That was the story. Nate Reisdorf, firefighter, paramedic for the city of Wauwatosa. He joins me in studio. There's a whole cast of characters here, other public safety professionals, and I want to have all of them introduce themselves. But welcome, Nate.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Who else is with us today?
Captain David Page.
Fire Chief Jim Case.
Firefighter Paramedic Ryan Stanwood.
Firefighter Mark Jadarski.
First of all, thank you for coming in, and for Nate, thanks for sharing the story. And one thing I have to tell the audience about you is you said from day one, this isn't about me. This is about the team of people that I work with, and this group is that team. But take us back to that day. You get a call, a young girl, and I can't even imagine from the layperson's perspective what that would feel like. And you said you're the father of young girls as well. You see a 3-year-old child potentially choking to death in her daycare. What did that feel like?
Well, when the call first comes in for choking, that happens a lot. When you get there, usually the person's able to talk to you, or they've gotten whatever they're choking on up. So to actually get there and see a lifeless young girl, Charlie, laying there, really was a choking child who now is unresponsive and needs our help.
Does your blood pressure rise, or are you so, I want to say used to that, but that feeling of responding to these types of calls, is it, this is my job, I got to do it, and you kind of control that, or does you get a little bit amped up?
Yes, I'd say my blood pressure goes up every time a call comes in, but you deal with that, and through training and experience, you keep it in check.
Tell me about your team here that's with you today, the men that you work with, and their roles in that day's call.
I can let them, talk a little bit about that as well. But I was the I was a paramedic in charge on the ambulance that day. So essentially, I am the one writing the report, and the buck kind of stops with me on the ambulance. But everybody here has their role when a call comes in, and we just kind of all work together for the common goal, which is get this young girl to the hospital.
Is this typical that your crew would be together all the time, or the cast of characters shift depending on the day of work? Is this the group you usually work with?
I would say it changes. So depending on what station or what piece of apparatus you're on, you can see different faces. But this is my crew, and a few of these guys are out of my station, or my house that we call it.
And I'm going to make you feel uncomfortable when I ask your teammates here what they think about the work that you do, and then we'll let you pay back the compliments. But just talk about the work that Nate does.
Captain David Page. I've been with the department for 28 years, been a paramedic for 21 of those 28. I've seen a lot of paramedics come and go. I've been on literally thousands of calls. And the level of professionalism, not just with Nate, but with all of the guys that I work with, is fantastic. These guys are second to none. I'm proud every day to work with them. I'm proud to do the job that we do and provide the service that we provide.
I got to take a quick break. After we come back, I want to ask Chief what it's like to lead a group of people like this, and just the daily life in public safety, what maybe the public doesn't realize, what's expected of you now, the challenges that are out there given all the other things that are happening. Drug overdoses is something that's ramped up in the last few years. We're joined by today's Salute to Service Award winner, Nate Reisdorf. The whole crew from Wauwatosa Fire Rescue are here with us today. Absolute pleasure to be able to present this story. Number one of a week-long salute to the best men and women in public safety. WTMJ Cares Salute to Service, presented by First Bank Financial Center. More next, right here after the break.
The headlines you need to start your day.
Need a crowd to be on your side at a contentious public meeting? There are companies that will do that for you. What does that mean for journalists? We talk with expert Al Tompkins. That's at 6:51 tomorrow morning.
Wisconsin's Morning News with Gene Miller on WTMJ.
Hey guys, I was looking for a new mattress for the longest time, but man, have you seen the prices on these things lately? obscene. Thank goodness the MyPillow mattress topper came along. I own one, delivered right to my front door. I have to tell you, the setup was easy. You place the MyPillow mattress topper on top of your existing mattress, adjust the straps, that's it. You're ready to enjoy the best sleep you've ever had, just like I am. You know what else is helping me sleep better at night? I didn't have to lay down a mortgage payment to finally get the sleep that I deserve. Right now, if you go to MyPillow.com, use promo code Scaffidi, you'll get 30% off your MyPillow mattress topper and 2 free MyPillow standard premium pillows. The same pillows that keep their shape all night long. They stay cool all night long, machine washable and dryable. You can have a fresh, clean MyPillow as often as you like. The MyPillow mattress topper comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee, made right here in the USA. Again, go to MyPillow.com right now. Use my exclusive promo code Scaffidi. Not only get 30% off your order, but the folks at MyPillow are going to throw in 2 MyPillow standard premium pillows at no extra cost. Again, that's MyPillow.com and our promo code Scaffidi, SCAFFIDI, or call 800-970-1163.
It's a 4-letter word. Some people embrace it and others run from it. It's risk. As Neil Armstrong famously stated, there can be no great accomplishment without some risk. Hi, I'm Mike Anderson from Management, Employee Safety, and Compliance Solution. RiskPro helps our clients reduce risk and enable employee safety by creating effective risk mitigation programs. At Ansan Associates, RiskPro is customized for the unique needs of each client. It's easy to use and provides a cost-effective risk reduction and safety center for your entire organization across all departments and locations. So, if you're interested in improving your profitability through reduced costs and increased productivity, check out ansay.com. Or, better yet, give me, Mike Anderson, a call at Ansan Associates, and let's find the best way to manage your risk so you can secure, protect, and grow your version of the American dream.
It's 11:18. Steve Scaffidi with you on this Monday edition. Salute to Service, WTMJ Cares, my initiative, my first WTMJ Cares initiative, presented by First Bank Financial Center. We're joined by Nate Reisdorf, the entire crew that worked with him on that call on that day. Chief, let's talk about public safety. You lead a group of men and women in Wauwatosa that do this job every day. The challenges of that job, what it's like now, it's got to be more difficult given all the things that we talk about on this station every day.
Well, thanks, Steve. First of all, thanks for having us. This is a great opportunity to show the hard work that our men and women at Tosa do day in and day out. Not just a specific call, but I mean, this is what they do. It's a unique job in that every morning when they leave home and come in, they don't know what to expect. It could be a call like we're talking about, a choking call. It could be a house fire. It could be car accidents. The majority of the calls we run right now are medical calls. Our environment is changing on a daily basis. In the past, we never had done hazardous materials responses. That became a normal part of our job. Technical rescue, swift water, rope rescues, things like that. That's now part of what we do. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, active threats, the active shooter response. Those are things that change on a daily basis.
This is for any of you that are in studio here. It's one of the things when I was interviewing all the individuals over the last few weeks is some can separate the work from their personal life. Some take that home. Talk about the challenges of that. You see some really difficult things, some horrible situations in some cases. Can you really walk away from that story?
I'll tell you, that's one of the toughest parts about this job. We're there sometimes for the best part of people's lives, but quite often we're there for the worst parts. And that is one of those things, and personally to separate. If you come back to the firehouse after a bad call, we kind of debrief with each other, and it's more time spent around the kitchen table. You have to try to release that, because if you hold all of that information and all that in your head, you got to be ready for that next call, and that's a challenge. There's certain calls through my career that still stick with me, that I still remember patients' names from a long time ago. But you learn from those situations and you move on.
I was going to ask that question, and anybody can answer this one as well. Maybe Nate, this would be for you. When you have a situation like this, you save somebody's life. Do you get to meet the families and like find out what happened next?
On this particular call, Charlie and her mother came in and visited the firehouse, and that was just so rewarding for myself and everybody here in the studio to see this little girl running around, laughing, playing with her friends from daycare like a 3-year-old should be doing. So to see that was again, just so rewarding and surreal.
And for all of you as well, when you work in public safety, what made you make that decision to do that job? And this could be for any of you. What makes you decide to do that? What is it about the job that you enjoy, that challenges you? What's the motivation?
Firefighter Mark Jadarski. For me personally, it's the opportunity to help people. That's really where I find my greatest job satisfaction, is knowing that I can reach out on that day and make a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah, firefighter Stanwood here. It's just doing something greater than yourself, just going out there helping the community, just helping humankind and doing what we can do to, for good results here.
And I know you guys don't do it for this reason, but do you think the public appreciates the work that you do?
Absolutely. I was in mortgage banking for 10 years, and I've got more thank yous in the time that I was a firefighter than in the whole 10 years that I was in
as a mortgage
banking.
banker. And going back to you, Nate, before we go to break here. So you had this story, and somebody nominated you for the Salute to Service Award, which is incredible. And like I said, we probably had 40 or 50 nominations. You were one of the stories that stood out. I think the details of the story, the fact that it was a young girl, the circumstances of it, the fact that she, could have died from the act of eating lunch at a daycare. What do you remember about that day?
I just remember it being a really quiet day in terms of call volume. We hadn't run a call yet that day.
And that's unusual, right?
Can be, yes. So, and just that split second, the tones go off and the day changes just like that. So to hear the call come in as a P&B or pulseless non-breathing child is a high stress rate from the word go. So I knew I had Ryan with me, and we had our engine crew coming. So all of our guys are solid. So I knew that any task you were going to give us, even being this child P&B, we were gonna do everything we could to make a good outcome.
That's the voice of Nate Reisdorf. He's our WTMJ Cares Salute to Service, along with his entire team, who joins us in studio. After the break, we'll wrap up. We have to take some pictures. We have to actually present the award, which you're going to share with your team. It's the WTMJ Cares Salute to Service. So happy that we can finally present the awards and tell these stories, sharing the great work done by men and women in the public safety community in our area, southeastern Wisconsin. Absolutely incredible stories, and I was so pleased to be able to do this as my first WTMJ Cares initiative. Steve Scaffidi with you on this Monday edition right here on WTMJ.
Sometimes temporary can be a good thing, like when you have chicken pox, or maybe when you're in summer school. But in the roofing world, temporary will break your heart. Now you know where I'm going with this. Permanent roofing is not for everyone, but if you're planning on being in your home for several years, then this kind of permanent will be a really good thing for you. More good news is that we no longer have to settle for that standing seam barn look. You can now choose a metal roof that really looks like split cedar shakes or slate. With dozens of styles and color combinations from which to choose, you'll save hundreds of dollars in energy use and tens of thousands of dollars over time with a permanent metal roof from Metal Roofing Systems. It's free to shop, and there's no better place to window shop for a roof than at BeautifulRoofs.com. See pictures of homes just like yours and see what our customers have to say about their new metal roofs. For a free estimate, call Carrie today, toll free at 855-678-ROOF. Remember, BeautifulRoofs.com. Thank you.
Acura of Brookfield is having a Memorial Day sales event for a limited time. Now through June 4th, get special savings on all new Acura cars and SUVs, plus all certified pre-owned Acuras and other carefully selected pre-owned cars. Special lease and finance rates are available on select models. Check out the Memorial Day specials at AcuraBrookfield.com or stop in today at Acura of Brookfield, 191st and Blue Mound, Wisconsin family-owned Acura of Brookfield, proudly serving Metro Milwaukee since 1986.
If you're looking for the finest of furniture finishing and heirloom restoration, by golly, it's Mullally. Mullally Furniture Finishing and Repair. Serving everywhere. Quality counts. MULLALY finishing.com.
Think all duct cleanings are alike? Turn to the experts at Carrier Dealer Roth Heating. Their cleanings remove pollutants, and a humidifier gives you healthier indoor air. Call 414-764-4700. That's 414-764-4700. Or visit rothheating.com.
11:26, Steve Scaffidi with you on this Monday. We are at the presentation stage of the first WTMJ Cares Salute to Service Award. And I will tell you this about Nate. He defers any praise or recognition from himself to the group, and that's why you're all joining him today. And I can sense that it's a team effort. But we do have an award for you. It's the initial and the first WTMJ Cares Salute to Service, and I'm happy that you could be our first one as well, because I think it's an amazing story. The things that you do. And then you guys also want to mention the folks that aren't here today, and you also wanted to mention the people at the daycare that day.
Yeah, I'd like to just recognize that we get some of the credit for this, but I think the true heroes of the day here are the staff at the daycare center that recognized that there was a problem and recognized that they weren't capable of handling that problem and immediately called for the help that they needed. Without what they did, we wouldn't have been there. And certainly want to recognize that staff for their quick thinking and action that got us there to help out.
And Nate is somebody how many years have you done this now?
10 years.
And I think I did a quick poll. There was like 83 years of service in this room right now. That's a dedication to the public that I think deserves our respect and admiration as well. One of the reasons I wanted to do public safety is what happened to me in my story in Oak Creek. I got to know probably 100 or more members of the public safety community, and I saw how they worked in a real-life mass shooting situation, and it affected me. And I wanted to be able to have them kind of share their story, because one thing I've learned in this process, it's all guys in here, so I'll say, you guys don't share your story. You don't tell your own story. You're not bragging about what you do. You just do it. And I think that's one of the reasons that I think it's important that people understand what's involved in that commitment. And maybe this is for you, Chief, as somebody who leads a bunch of men and women that do this. The commitment to public safety is not an easy one. Challenging job, 24/7, 365 in many cases. What do you say to the men and women out there in the community who do this job every day? And how do you pay it forward?
First off, like we said earlier, I'm so proud of the work that not only our firefighters do, but our police officers, our dispatchers. They're kind of the unsung heroes of this piece. They take those 911 calls and they live that stress and they never get to see the outcomes. Once again, sometimes we're in the parades and we get the fancy and the fancy side of it, but the hard work that they do every day, not knowing what to expect, and then having to take some of that home back to your families and separate it.
And I want to thank all of you for coming in, for sharing Nate's day. And it's really your day. You guys are a team at Wauwatosa Fire. And just thank you for the great work you do every day. If you're not appreciated, you should be. You said that you think the public does appreciate your work. I hope that's the case. And maybe it's different for different professions within public safety. But thank you for the great work. Congratulations on the award. You've paid it forward with your group. I think that's the takeaway that I see is you're selfless. You don't brag about the work that you do. You just do it. And I think that's emblematic of what public safety professionals are about. So thank all of you for coming in today. WTMJ Cares, our first Salute to Service Award, presented by First Bank Financial Center. Thanks for all coming in. I was just absolutely thrilled to be part of our first presentation.